Okay, let's look at this question. It says Otis is cutting a long piece of wood trim into smaller pieces for an art project. The line plot shows the length of the smaller pieces of wood. And this is a line plot. This should just be review from things you've done in other classes and other grade levels. Then the question asks us how many pieces of wood will be at least a half a foot in length. I noticed that they have really wanted to get my attention with the way they wrote the word least. It's in bold print. At least a half a foot. Well, let's take a quick look at our line plot and let's kind of explain what we're looking at here. A line plot is basically just information from a survey or just any type of data that we want to keep organized in a chart form. It says length of wood pieces in feet. Well, it's telling us that these numbers right here, 1/3, 1/2, and 2/3, represent the length of the wood pieces. Well, these X's up here represent the number of pieces of wood. So, for example, 1/3. If I had a piece of wood that was cut to 1/3 of a foot, how many pieces of wood were cut to 1/3 of a foot? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces of wood are 1/3 of a foot. This is half a foot, so how many pieces of wood are cut to half of a foot? 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces of wood have been cut to half a foot long. Then we have 2/3 of a foot. How many pieces of wood were cut to at least 2/3 of a foot? 1, 2 pieces of wood have been cut to at least 2/3 of a foot long. So let's go back to the question. How many pieces of wood will be at least half a foot in length? So that means at least, it's not saying greater than half a foot, it means at least. So that includes half a foot and anything greater. 1/3 we can't use because it is smaller than half a foot. And so we need to count up the number of pieces of wood, and that's the X's, that are at least a half a foot. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and so 4 plus 2 equals 6. So my correct answer here is C. 6 pieces of wood will be at least 1/2 foot in length. Hope that helps. We'll continue to talk about line plots at a later time. Signing out.